Hello, it's Hunter here, and today I have an art video for you. I know, I haven't done one of these in a minute. This video will be taking a look back into my past at my second ever completed sketchbook. I have this old video on my channel called like a very emo sketchbook tour or something that has a lot of views, and I've always cringed at this looking back that I'm making art like this and this. And I don't know, these? When you're getting started as an artist, sketchbooks are so important in keeping a regular and consistent diary of your growth. So here we have it, my sketchbook number 2. As you can see, I have this weird thing I used to do where I would do all my sketchbooks backwards. An unfinished sketch of Patrick Stump. I have 2 small Tyler Joseph doodles and some skull studies. Favorite side portraits of Josh Dunn that I have done. A watercolor tiger, and as you can tell from the stretch on the paper, I did this in a normal sketchbook that is not proofed for watercoloring. Not a good idea on my part. Here I have a little OC inspired by Sugar We're Going Down. It also looks to be loosely inspired by Patrick himself. Here I have a little doodle of Tyler, which looks to be from Blurry Face era. This piece here I remember being really proud of at the time, and honestly to this day I still think it holds up pretty well. We have Emperor's New Clothes, Brendan, and we have LA Devotee, Brendan, presented as a side-by-side style. I actually really like this one, and I think it holds out pretty good given my skill at the time. I think this is one of my literally second or third times ever using Prismacolor. I have a pencil portrait of Patrick Stump. Full body sketch of Josh Dunn standing in front of his drums. This is a composition I definitely don't do very often. This portrait right here, I remember very specifically, I did this for Josh's birthday at the time, and it is colored entirely with highlighters. From Tear in My Heart, you can kind of tell on the camera, I don't know if it's picking it up, it's got really stained because there's a graphite portrait on the other side, which I will show in a moment. Different ballpoint pens. I can tell looking at it, it was mostly red obviously, and there's actually some tones of blue and obviously black in it, and I think the tones of blue actually work really well with this piece, and I like it quite a bit. I haven't seen this in a while. The opposite side of this, which is not how I normally draw in my books, we can see a very rare, for me anyways, MCR drawing of Gerard Way. Here we can see a little centuries-inspired Patrick. Definitely Andy Hurley from Fall Out Boy as Poseidon, which is real nice. Fits his aesthetic, honestly. Is Josh Dunn in the spooky gym persona. Oh my god. I have many things I would change about this today. This is not dark enough. I would need a shine on it. Oh, so badly. The rest of it isn't too awful. The definition under the chin is literally non-existent. Here. This here is Mr. Mark Fishbach, aka Markiplier. Right behind that we have a little rose design. I believe I did this when a friend came over to my house. Behind that we have PJ, the YouTuber Kick the PJ, if anyone knows him. The blending on this is horrific, but it might just be because it's been shoved in a closet for so long. However, I will say the hair here is not that bad. Not blended well, but separated very nicely, and I'm still working on hair improvement to this day. It's one of the weaker areas I think I struggle with. Behind this we have this really cute style I used for a while. I use elements of it now, but I don't do too much cartoony style work anymore. I honestly should, especially if I could find a way to get this style back, because I really love it. We have a cute little Sean design, Jacksepticeye, and I believe right behind it we have the counterpart to it, which would be Mark. Yes, indeed we do. We have Mark sitting with Tim, and obviously Sean was sitting with Sam. These are cute designs. I should redo these and put them on Redbubble. We have, I believe this is Fever era Panic, or is this Pretty Odd? I am super out of the loop with Panic, because other than that, I do like this style I seem to have going at the time where it's realistic but also very sketchy. You can really see that around the nose and the eyes with the types of lines I was making, and I quite smudged over time. And behind him we have Castiel. Oh, this really hurts my heart. And this also really holds up with what I was saying about this weird sketchy style I had at the time. You can see it in the eyes with these interesting choices of lines I was making. I don't know where I got this from. It's certainly something I would never do now. I really was bad at hair at the time. I don't know what was going on. I put no time, I put no effort into it. I actually remember my art teacher commenting on it years later, after I started putting effort into hair, he was like, look at that, you finally applied yourself. This is a character I made after the YouTuber Echo Gillette, where I put out a bunch of polls on, I believe it was Twitter, asking for different personality traits, character design topics, and then I made a character based off of it. This page right here, guys, a monumental moment in my life. Let me get the settings here a bit better and give you a nice zoom. This not that great little design right here that you can see was my first ever BTS drawing, my first ever K-pop drawing. It is the little Jimin picture holding the umbrella. One of Inktober that year, and I have a digital version. If I can find it, I'll throw it up right here. This right here was a portrait study of Jimin. Doesn't look like him. I was really in that phase between getting into K-pop and like distinguishing faces still. But yeah, Caught in a Lie, obviously from Jimin's solo track Lie, from the Wings album, and you know, as a concept piece itself, I quite like it. Here we have Jimin in a Ghibli style. Thinking back now, especially with this one, I think I was actually using one of those BTS themed Inktober prompt lists, and I think that's how I got the Jimin in Studio Ghibli style. Little Namjoon holding Yoongi. Yoongi is the Grim Reaper. This was from a V-Live joke at the time of Jimin being a fairy and bothering Namjoon during a live stream, and I made a little Jimin fairy. One of my favorite sketches from this year, I have this, I think it was an airport style look, just of Jimin, and I really like this whole concept and design, and I think the lines are really clean and nice. I have not done this like only black line art style in so long, it's like all I did that year. And it's actually quite cute! I actually really like the proportions and the style on this. For my time, I was ahead of my time on this. This has much better skill level than a lot of the other things we've seen in this same book, especially because it all happened within a few months. Here we have the cracked eye, Jin from Blood, Sweat, and Tears, I do believe. The design is nice though. Little stylized June. Markiplier, Mark Fishbuck again, playing his guitar. At the time he was doing his music stuff, so that's a fun little find. I really like the face on this. How cute. I like that. It's actually from a music video from the Fall Out Boy Mania album. I'm blanking on the name. Okay, so here we have Taehyung. I remember where I was when I drew this as well. I was in Iowa visiting family, and it was over Thanksgiving holiday, I do believe, in the States, and I drew this the day that Mic Drop came out. This is Mic Drop Tae. I love this a lot. I haven't seen this in a long time, and he's very cute. I'm down below, but, I really like this one. I enjoy this one a lot. Zoom in on that one for you. I started doing this whole series, you'll see the end of the book is pretty much all like this, with these little portrait-style doodles of the boys, and some of them are bad, and some of them are quite good. Of these two, this one's okay. One of my favorite ones ever that I still love to this day is this Jimin right here. I think he's very sweet. Here's a cute little rose design that I did. Jungkook drawing that I also did in the back of a car, I do believe. This one is quite sweet. Here's a small sketch of Jimin. I really like this hand. Min. And this one of Jin. We have a Hosek with flowers, a Tae, and then two more quite good ones. Jimin on the railing, and then this is purple hair June, I do believe. I don't remember what era this is. I'm quite out of the loop of BTS as of late, unfortunately. A quite emo-looking Jungkook, me predicting the future. And then up in this corner, I have this Namjoon, which I love. He looks so... And then we have V with the big bow, and Yoongi. And that is all for this book. Now we're going to move on to some loose drawings I have from this year, so hopefully you will enjoy these, and I will get to them right now. Old portfolio number 1. Here we have some of my loose collection. This here was from this set of dates, and it is my blindfolded ink Jimin portrait. This piece got a lot of love on Instagram, and another great piece from that year. I remember specifically this came right around the same time I did that Markiplier with the guitar piece. I remember I just love the layout of it. The composition of it is gorgeous. Here I have a full body Jimin. I believe this was from a live performance, and that is what the outfit is from. I really love the way I did the line work with the folds and the clothes in this. I chose a very stylistic approach to it, and I think it works really in the favor of this drawing. I also really love this hand in this piece. On this side we can see in stark contrast this skull I made that is, I think in the original picture it's like half buried in dirt, but I wanted just kind of like this dark shadow emanating from it, and it kind of has this like laying in the shadows vibe. I did this for one of the first days in my art class at the time for that year. Similarly, in the early days of my art class that year, I had to do a black and white portrait study, and I did this eagle, which was our school's bird, and it was one of the possible topics we could choose, and I really think the 3D effect in this works quite well. Liked how the hair turned out on this specific piece, and memory-wise, I remember I started this piece like the night before I left to go to New York, and I didn't finish it until like a month later because I forgot it existed, and obviously it didn't go to New York with me. On this side we can see, once again, me getting more into markers. This was a poll I think I literally made on a Mino at the time, which seems crazy now. And I just put out like, what sweet or candy do you associate Jimin with? So I have this very cute pose of Jimin with marshmallows. I did pastel, and it fit his vibe at the time. It's just lovely. And this, similarly, I have a Namjoon design of Namjoon kneeling in flowers. This photorealism study of a cherry, which looks quite nice actually on camera. Hello, it's VoiceOver Hunter here. Just wanted to add these in. I have a few extra pieces from this time. We have some digital art and some loose pieces that I found from this time period. That Josh one that you just seen there was actually a commission. That Jimin was a 14-hour portrait I spent doing a study of another artist who does realistic portraits really well. Everything after that one, completely me. This Yoongi, oh my god, it ruined me for days. I've never done a realistic portrait that well ever again. I don't even know how I did it then, frankly. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit cringe looking back now. I hope you enjoyed these. I have more videos in the pipeline. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and please leave a comment down below. I'd love to chat with some of you and just hear what you're thinking about all the new videos. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will catch you again soon.